Just check to make sure the recording's working. It is. I've been sitting here for about an hour, waiting to get in. Oh, more food. Trout. Oh, we probably should pick up the trout. The road beckons, friends. Let's be on our way to walk the hill. Then whether the path through the mountains began. Do you remember the spot where you were thinking to walking off with Walsick? Just going to rub my face in it. Okay. Wonder if he's raising my hackle on purpose or, you know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. As I always get stand here all day, we have a lot of lost time to make up. But yeah, after I got done helping with groceries, I came up here, logged on, got on my phone, and laid down in bed. And just waited for the queue. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Is it traits? Yeah. What's the next trait that we get? Grants Ruby's Glimmer. But yeah, for those who haven't done the Summoner quest line, or those who need a bit of a refresher, for summoners to be able to summon these, like the Ifrit, the Garuda, and Titan, and Bahamut, and Phoenix, they need to have been exposed to said primal to be able to summon said primal. Because then they get their blueprint, basically. Their etherical blueprint, which allows them to summon them. The only exception being carbuncles, and if you're a scholar, the fairy that you have. Because the scholar's fairy actually comes from their soulstone. Through years of soulstones being passed down, basically a fairy eventually developed within the soulstone. Can't leave without letting Ready Rock know what happened, so I stopped in Earthenshire to say a few words before moving on. An hour, Evansville nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait a few more moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. I'm worried Clement would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards then. Oh, we're back here. You should have noticed that the air grows then at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths, drink plenty of water. A few more steps and we'll be and Waterrose Echo. Oh great, they got chupacabras here. chupacabras. At least the Billy and Mandy version makes me think of those as chupacabras. So I think I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place from the Lay of Proof where Papa met with the Yakyu. And that must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. So this is the most rally. The giants that rarely visit the lowlands. They are in their mountain fastness. They tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Serpent. To watch over the Thrall of Vigramanda, the mountain, its prison within their temple. Yes, Walkamot told us about the Thrall, creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed, even among those anomalies, the Vigramanda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you learned in a lay of ice, it was Durul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it had lain dormant in the temple ever since. Is that the building's still bears a gaping hole in the ceiling? Throwing was lured inside by Durul Jaja's final ploy. I can see the strongest of all, Dawntrail. I wonder what it was like to fight it. I don't think we can see it. Orland's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and Lay of Ice took place. Speaking of Echo, are we ever going to use it again? Or get used? It's been a good while. Did this not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats this time? That's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him. Or maybe we should flush out Jaja first, so I can beat my keystone out of him. I suppose we still have 4 keystones to earn. And no matter what we do, the contest will pitch us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. And then just a brief visit to Kirazar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblin told me that high luminary Gurfurler is to be found there. If we are to ask someone for information, then he seems a wise choice. Remember, it's at 96. That is our next blue quest. No, that's Kryl. Let's see if I can convince the guard to let us in. Through. I'm Walkamot, third promise of Turelli. I seek your elector for the right of succession. May I speak with Gerfurlur? Our luminary has granted admittance to the Clements. You may enter. But that was easier than expected. In we go, then. I see Clements, not you! Goes, is that? I will remind. I want to let it out and pet it. And again, we've seen one of these before. In Omega. Welcome. Luminary Gerfurler. He is not here present. I am Luminary Zermerwer. This is scoring Skyruin Skyruinanda. It is the Dawntrail Vidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle leaves from before Belgramanda's tempestuous power. When the Skyruin descended upon Popaka 8 decades ago, the casualties were staggering. Had Gulu Jaja and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered to the last. I'm still more concerned that it's encased in ice. Considering our previous forays with their kind. The titanic battle with Filgarmanda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe fought on tirelessly and relentlessly, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. Thus did the head of reason concoct a desperate plan. Golol Jaja tricked the Skyruin into losing control of its own ice magic, causing the unwitting Trial of Adele to encase itself in frozen ether. It's been like this ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if the ice ever melts? The same question looms large in our minds. For the magic sustains, this prison grows weaker with each passing year. Vajramanda commands power of ice, powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that violence of the recent storm was the result of those energies slipping free. The raging tempest from Vrogomandra? These future worries aside, you came to attempt the feat of proof, yes. The High Luminary chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant has left me with instructions for all aspiring Clements. You are to scout our forbidding mountains and find the waiting Gorfurlu. This is your challenge. So the search itself is the feat. You already spoke with my brothers, I take it. I have. Their expeditions are underway. Then we better pick up the pace. But we need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Oh, that's a future problem. No, that seems like that's a current problem from what I can tell from here. God's remnant is enormous. I knew Papa had friends with him, had friends with him. It was incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should its presence ever fail, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Inventory. Who am I talking to? Oh, off and As we've just been informed, the feat of proof requires us to seek the High Luminary girl for lure somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the yokai from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Guru's whereabouts. The giants may not give us a precise location. There may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let us see what we can discover. I would love if one of them actually just gave us the precise location and coordinates. Alright, no, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you, the Zabral who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to see the mighty Guru Jaja? Asking after the High Luminary, are we as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He is a great man and a deep reverence for our traditions. The glyphs we carve, for one, he affords them a much value as any treasure we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival, too, I will etch it into the stone, that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. If you're curious how our ways, then I bid you visit Proof to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. I'll get to your carving eventually. Atorial? Atorial? No, you are from far away than that, I think. Ah, just the horns give it away. As for the High Luminary, I could only guess where he might be. He is a warder of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the scriptures. And his duties are often take him outside the village. Time to go to the graveyard. It's very far away. I'm going to go to the graveyard. Looks out at a walk away. Alice, are you trying to read? This wall is covered in yokai writing. I wonder what it says. I mean, if we have some paper and some charcoal, you could probably make an impression. First things first, was anyone able to coax forth a definitive location of the High Luminary? As expected, what then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? In addition to his usual duties, Scriver is also in charge of keeping the graves. As did I. The turquoise sculptures appear to hold a special significance in their culture. But what is the appropriate? Would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter their burial grounds? Proof, you say, and he encouraged you to visit this place yourself? Let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Gerfurler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yokoi. The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. We can leave from that side of the village for a start, shall we? I wonder what the Pictomancer's bristles are made out of. Considering, like, what would be the most etheric use for them? Like, most etheric type of bristles or paintbrush creatures would be. The others have gone on ahead to prove following the trail west. There are sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. Yeah, there's another one right there. Oh, there's Alizé. It's not quite mountain climbing, but these steep slopes are exhausting enough. Alphinaud was just over there watching the battle play out. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by Volkramar's rampage, as told by the saga. The sky ruins fires are described as eternal flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time, and here I thought it a literary embellishment. But not. I've lost sight of Vauclamont. Proof is the northwest, along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading that right now. So how was the battle, Alphinaud? There has look of homes rather than graves, but 'twould seem long ago have passed since anyone living resided here. Oh, you've come. Yeah, welcome wins again. Looks like everybody's here now, so. Greeting, friends. Are you Gora ruler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, tasked me with providing a lesson on sculptures to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we were met to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. However, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their hearts cease to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. This is why we build our sculptures before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicles for all eternity. This grave belonged to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives with me even now. Up there stands my own sepulcher. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people, this conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answer to your questions. Are you going to teach us how to read it first, though? And what we'll do? Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. I thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so, I remain in your hearts also. Hello, fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, I commanded that I watch for your arrival. As chroniclers of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the Murals from generation to generation. They really are magnificent, and together they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you. Here you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. And I will begin. This film depicts a time more than 1100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yokhoi. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other people, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Dawntrail under their domination. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expansion to Dawntrail. Unable to cross the strait by ship, or forebearers set to build a bridge to the northern lands, a great labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Zogar the Boundless, we still make use of that bridge and trail for travel. I can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. I've never heard of any yokai living in Dawntrail. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon the next mirror and behold the answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? Foe unnamed and unseen, when the expansion pushed forth to Dawntrail, those 1,000 years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No, not a virulent plague, nor newly arisen blight. For the local Tanawato and China, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the seasons. What manifested for them as a slight fever and cough, however, proved deadly to our people. Out of every 10 Yokyo who journeyed that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continue to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation, rather than the burial of mortal remains. This final mirror depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Prapacha. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times when our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unlike to us in appearance or custom. They feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet as they fought on and on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster in Dawntrail and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here in the place which birthed us. Here in the stones upon which we recorded our days. Here in this tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. And so we return to the present. I trust you find this brief history of our people enlightening. I am glad to learn more about my people, of my fellow Torelli, how you lived until now, and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you are ready to proceed. The island luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Wakor Samoa. I had a feeling we end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail south and of here and begin your ascent. But beware, beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going. To the top of Wakor. Okay, now we got quests everywhere. Let's grab yours. Earrings. Either, by my reckoning, you look to be precisely the sort of seasoned warrior we need right now. Not far from these ruins, are craters where the heat of Zalmanda's scorching devastation yet lingers, attracting swarms of elder flints. If left unchecked, these rock-like creatures will feed on the flames there until they explode. A gathering of flints could incite a chain reaction with greater potential for harm. Normally stomp them out on sight, but they have begun to multiply faster than we can rout them, and we are regrettably short-handed. Thus did I devise a means to impede their proliferations. When you weaken the elder flint swarming the crater and sprinkle this warding water upon them, if it's not too much to ask, of course. Okay, but I'll be right back. Yes, I will fight you. Since it's not Ascension. Okay. Yeah, let's just grab that. And then, oh. Interesting. There we go. I generally just press what's recommended. I don't really... Unless it cores inside one of my decks. Which I only really have one that would have done so. Cat here over my screen again. Begone, cat hair! Another Vista catalog. And it's gonna be interesting tomorrow when I get the first episode uploaded. Crew? Oh no, Crew's not with me right now. Prison's like, Crew, don't fight him! Ah, not these guys again. Beyond Guao. Go back to Morrowind. Perfect timing, visitor. Have you any interest in the trial strength? I have here at Builder's Stone, freshly cut and shaped by yours truly. Let me see you carry it to Northwestern Proof, where my friend awaits. It is unless, well, I hear you, like myself, could lift it with ease, but I worry that would be too much for your kind. Are you up for the task, little one? I have the power! The Builder Stone has arrived at last. I'm grateful, of course, but also confused. How did it end up in your hands? What, you mean to tell me the lazy oaf foisted his work onto you? These stones are miserable to carry even for us, so I can only assume he tricked you into it somehow. On his behalf, I offer my sincere apologies. So you didn't seem to have much difficulty at all. You know, if I were you, I'd march back to him and say, don't underestimate me. Never underestimate the dummy that has all the gummies. Oh, another ring. I know you. You are a member of the Third Promises Retinue, as I recall, and strong for your size. Besides, I would ask a favor then. Could you pick 3 Laura Toro's violets and bring them to me? The field's monstrous plants and their pollen are more than my nose can bear, and no one wants drippy flowers. At the very least, I do not. Drip, drop. These flowers are dripping. I imagine this task is quite daunting for a puny visitor like you. Feel free to take as much time as you need. a smirk on your face, surely you didn't actually carry that miserable heavy stone all the way. What, you did? Oh no, it seems I indeed underestimated you, and that is worthy of an apology. First, you should know that the stones you carry are urgently needed to repair a number of graves damaged in a devastating storm not long ago. When you passed by, I merely thought that to have fun with an outsider. I did not realize I would be disrespecting a fellow warrior of great strength. Henceforth, I will not think so lightly of our visitors. Now there are more stones that must be taken to their proper place. I intend to do the rest of the heavy lifting myself. So we just need to weaken it, and then pour some water on it. Stupid fire-eating Geodudes. Here, have some water. Drink up. No signs of rock-like monsters. Now let's get back. I don't even know how to use macros. Macros of tacos. A moment, if you would, visitor. You see, I was en route to deliver pigment from Orlo's Echo to Sentinel just ahead. But fool that I was, I let my guard down, and when monsters attacked, I had no choice but to flee for my life, abandoning my rations and even my precious cargo. Beasts can have the food for all I care. The pigment is essential for the repairs of our cave worlds. This I ask, no, I beseech you. Go and retrieve the jar of pigment I left behind near the sunken stars. coming. I thought I would observe your progress from a safe distance, but I see now that my plan was a success. You see, our warding water is collected from the sacred depths of Carver the First. It has the power to greatly diminish fire energy stored within a elder flint. Subsequently, those infused with water don't explode so much as fizzle out. In this way, only the comparatively less dangerous creatures will be allowed to multiply safely. So long as we continue our regular exterminations, we no longer live in fear of large-scale explosions. Now, please accept a small payment for your assistance. Yay! New earring! Yeah, this is starting to look like it's just a recolor of the one you can buy from the tombstones. I won't be surprised if that over there is a dungeon. That was just out of spite. One flower. Two flower. Dead flower. Third flower. Sentinel. I wonder if I could swim to the other side. Just making sure there's no etheric currents over here so I don't have to do the swim again. I'm also surprised that there's not a vista here. Can't quite put my finger on it, but that mountain don't look right. No, I'm just seeing if we can... Yep, we can dive here. Seems quite sparse down here compared to above. Oh. Oh, is this one of the ones where you have to pick it up and carry? Hopefully not. I really wanted to eat the paints. Welcome back. The picking went well, I take it. The purple bloom gathered on behalf of a very allergic Yokyu woman. Thank you for obliging me. I want to get flowers for my grandmother, and these are one of her favorites. We have a tradition of carving symbols of our favorite things on our graves. You see, hers has a flower for each of the 4 seasons, so I've been giving her a few of each throughout the year. Well, I have better get these to grandmother before they wilt. Take this as a token of my thanks. Okay, everything but the book. We got on now. That must mean a dungeon's afoot. Oh, there is the Chupacabra. Where is it? I am not entertained. The pain has receded in the time you were away, if only a little. Have you found the pigment? Yes, pigment is essential for repairing faded cave murals. Yes, this is it. Full glad am I to see it, and with an area crack in the jar. This will be of great use to repair efforts. Though these particular murals are shielded from the sun and other elements, they still fade with time and so require regular upkeep. I've intended to take part in the repairs myself, but youch, I'm afraid I must first tend to my wounds at Sentinel. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. Well, how long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery is all. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Alphino and the others. And she collapsed. It's a lot of still to go to. Remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace? It occurs to me that if Zoralja is attempting the feat of proof, then he will have heard the same lesson. I can only hope that it made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. Ah! Paint!
gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Farther. Komar. Tuliorlu. Korogar.
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit. You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliola loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul, Jar Jar, like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place as Tura's overlords.
The Giants have their own factions too, it seems.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years and more. They are unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Stop! I don't want to fight you!
Then die on your knees. Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on us, do you? Get down here. Your neck will be the first I snap this day.
That's right!
Kind of felt like it came in the third promise's protector.
Why do you
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
To what end?
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends. How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to walk Ozormor.
He's the only healer we have!
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb. Gurfurlor is waiting.
But who's going to be the healer? Don't you dare think I'm going to heal your asses. I may have the ability to, doesn't mean I want to. Alize's gonna be the healer. That's gonna be new. That might explain why it was amethyst. Alize only has one healing move. I am very concerned. Unless they gave red mages more healing.
You underestimate me.
You know what I just realized? Since Heidelind's gone, that means we won't be getting any more people with the other thing, the charm, the traveler's charm on them. That means people with the echo will start being affected by the primals again. Because isn't it the charm that what kept us from getting influenced by the primals? Not the echo itself? I mean, we do have a cure, but
Back off.
cure ain't everywhere in the world. I wonder if we fought primals here. We fought primals in every expansion, even in Shadowbringers. But in Shadowbringers, the primals that we fought were the raids. Oh, before I forget. Oh, that was instant. Everybody go. That doesn't look like a bomb.
Hold still.
How's it feeling?
On your feet. I'll handle the beam. I'll handle the beam. Now I'll show you. Now I'll show you. I'll handle the beam.
Oh, that's new. Ah, Panta striking.
I'll handle the healing. I'll handle the healing. You are directly.
Ah, ring casting. That is better than we have. Probably by the next dungeon we'll be able to start getting stuff better with than our Mandervillian. Don't even bother giving me another necklace of cast. Dang. Oh, time to beat up the elderly.
I am Gulfulur, Elector of the Dawn Servant. Prepare to be tested.
He's trained in sumo.
Prove you are worthy to rule. Protocols of it. Return the hunger, a royal in water.
Alizé.
Chronicles of it. Recount the fury of erupting peaks. I will take the measure of your resolve. Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine! Spirit of my brethren, your
There's Cryle. Oh, there's Cryle. Am I going to say anything? Oh, okay. Oh! Gimme.
Very good, claimant. Once more, I name myself Gur Fulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant.
You are much bigger than the others in the village.
All Yokhui were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition. The one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yokhui. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
Big ass healing potion.
Here and now, I think he means.
Now what about our keystone? You had to do so much healing.
Well fought, second promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
3 to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve. On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Warkor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yokui. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every high luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valigarmanda brought ruin to Urkopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Right. Sorry.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarmanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Kettenrun? The Laminsan explorer? Does this mean he joined Galul Jaja on his travels?
It was probably the Rogadin.
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yokui. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others? Of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built.
Ah, great, the ice melted.
What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valigarmanda has broken free.
I presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there, now!
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Maybe we should call the rest of the elderly here. We need the E-team! Good, you're back. There's much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a search in Ether, there was already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath and lend a hand while you can. And with that, I'll call it there. I'll see you all in the next.